Is a woman totally leading you on after she rejected you? It's the worst feeling ever. I totally get it. But in this video, we're gonna dive into how to understand why she's doing it and how to manage your mindset. If you haven't already done so, make sure to subscribe to my channel and hit the bell so that you get notified every time I release a new dating advice video for guys who want to go on more dates with women they're really excited about. I'm Emily, co-founder and head coach at emlovz.com, and in 2012 I went on a 100-date research experiment. And this particular topic, why a woman will reject a man, is especially relevant because I myself was a woman in the story who had rejected a man and then was still acting interested. But it's a little bit different for a woman, why a woman's doing it, than what a man is receiving. So let's talk about why it happens, what it means, and what you should do next. So I'm gonna start with my experience. So I was dating somebody that I wasn't physically attracted to, but you know, as sad as it sounds, I'm just gonna give you the truth because I think a lot of women don't. And even though it doesn't paint me in the best light, I hope that you can see through that to understand a little bit more about why this thing happens the way it does. But so back in 2011 and 2012, when I was doing my research experiment, I was dating a guy that I wasn't physically attracted to, but we had a lot of good chemistry as like friends. We had a lot in common. It was easy to talk to him. We did fun things when we would hang out. And so I liked to spend time with him, but I wasn't physically attracted to him and I didn't want to sleep with him. And so we would do these things that to me, in my mind as a woman, were like friend things, but to him were dating things. So for example, he would take me out to dinner. You know, we went to Las Vegas and we would go on these different little trips and things. And at one point I just kind of told him like I just wasn't feeling it and I was going to be completing this 100-date experiment, but that I was happy to be friends. And the issue is, I really enjoyed his company. I really liked spending time with him, but I didn't see him as boyfriend material, and I really didn't even see him kind of as a friend with benefits material. But I didn't know how to communicate. I was like still in the experiment and I was learning about myself, and I should have just recognized that he cared more for me than I did for him. He felt romantic feelings and I felt friend feelings. But because I was young and naive and hadn't gone through this whole experiment yet, I couldn't really communicate that. And so for me, what I wanted to keep seeing him as friends, and I really enjoyed the activities we would do together. And to be honest, and I know this doesn't sound great, but excuse me, he would pay for a lot of things and give me gifts, and I enjoyed that. And so I, for some reason, didn't see anything wrong with hanging out with him as friends. But I wasn't really clear with my intentions because I was enjoying the free dinners and the free vacations and the free clothes. And that is part of why I teach my clients now not to spend over $10 on a first date and not to spend any money at all on a second date, because it really gets rid of that dynamic. And I won't even say it weeds out the gold diggers. What it does is it doesn't set up a dynamic where the woman expects you to give. You really don't want to set that dynamic up because you want her to want to spend time with you just for you. And you want her to be romantically and sexually interested in you, not your money. And so that's why I teach that to my clients, because I was that girl who turned into this person who was kind of just using this other person. I didn't see it that way at the time, and I don't think a lot of women see it that way, because often the man will offer to take her to dinner and to take her to these fancy vacations and to take her to get clothes if she doesn't like dress well like myself. And it really sets up a dynamic that causes problems. So if a woman rejected you but is still acting interested, it's probably because she likes spending time with you. She gets things from you. And so what you really want to look at is, am I receiving as much as I'm giving? And that's true for any relationship. Even if it is a romantic relationship, you want to make sure that it's equal. And it doesn't mean that that has to be equal in terms of she needs to spend as much as I spend on dinner. but it needs to be equal in that she is giving you as much value as you are giving her. So if you're buying dinner all the time, what is she doing for you, and how are you allowing yourself to receive that? And that's a really important thing to take note of. If you're always giving, you're setting up a dynamic where women have no choice but to use you. And so you really don't want to spend money in the beginning. If you're looking back at your experience and you're seeing that this story sounds a little bit like your story, stop giving her things that cost money. Stop taking her to dinner. Stop giving her rides places. Stop doing things that help her out, and see if she still wants to hang out with you. Does she still want to see you if she doesn't get free food? Does she still want to see you if she doesn't get a trip to the Bahamas? Does she still want to see you if, you're just like hanging out in the park? That's going to really gauge what's going on. So if she's still acting interested, is it because she's getting something from you that she's enjoying getting? It could even be like your time and attention. Maybe you always let her talk about people she's dating or ex-boyfriends. You really don't want to do that, because that's going to make her enjoy spending time with you, but you won't enjoy it, right? Because you're not getting anything out of it. She's just taking all of your time and attention to talk about things that you don't like. So pay attention to that. And then I would recommend that you look at your life and see where else in your life are you giving more than you're taking, because this tends to be a pattern that happens everywhere. And so maybe at work you give 100%, but you don't get paid what you're worth. That is related to the same thing. If you're in friendships and you feel like your friends take more than they give, or your family takes more than they give, all of these things, you need to start allowing yourself to receive, and you need to stop over giving. Just as an experiment, try it for like 3 weeks. I'm not going to give more than I receive. And that right away will show you who really cares about you and who's just using you. So if she rejected you and still acts interested, I recommend that you friend zone her first if you can. Put her in a category in your mind where she is a friend, not a romantic interest. That will shift your energy so that she isn't perceived as like so important in your mind. You don't have her on a pedestal. She's just a friend. Really, really important. Hard to do, but you want to try and do that as much as possible. Treat her like a friend, act the way you would with her if she was just a friend, because chances are that's what's going on. She probably told you that she doesn't want to be in a relationship, but she wants to be your friend. So treat her like a friend. Don't think that, hey, I'm going to change her mind, because the only way to change her mind is to shift your energy. And so you want to shift your energy, pull back, and treat her more like a friend. Don't hang out with her all the time. Give her enough space, do your own thing, and stop giving gifts and over giving. Social proof. Social proof is a super powerful tool that you can use to change the way a woman perceives you. If you don't have Facebook or Instagram, you better get on that, because that is the most powerful social proof tool you can find in dating. So what you want to do is you want to make sure that she is connected to you on social media, and then start doing really epic things in your life and taking photos to demonstrate that. You want to show her how cool and valuable and interesting you are, because you're always doing all this cool stuff. And then when she sees that, she's going to get FOMO and change the way she looks at you. So she might be like, wow, I didn't realize that, all these women were interested in you. If you're like taking a picture with all these beautiful people and you're in the middle, she's going to be like, wow, maybe I was gauging that differently than I should have. Or you're doing a really cool activity that, man, she's sad that she didn't get to do with you. She might start slowly changing the way she perceives you and seeing how valuable you are, because you're demonstrating social proof. On that same note, make sure to fill up your social calendar. You don't want to be super available, because guess what? It's a trap. Every time she wants to hang out with you because she wants free food or whatever it is, or she just wants you to talk to her about all this stuff that you really don't want to talk to her about, because maybe it's like other guys and stuff. You want to be busy, but you don't want to play games and pretend like you're busy when you're not busy. You actually want to be busy and have a really epic social life that's really fun and makes your availability less. The harder it is to get time with you, the more valuable she's going to perceive you to be, and she's going to start to shift the way that she thinks about you. Most important thing you can do, this is so important, it's mega date. You want to start dating other people. This girl says she is not available. She either is telling you she wants to be friends with benefits, or she just doesn't want to be romantically involved, but she wants to be your friend. Well, tough luck, honey, because you got lots of babes lined up around the block because you're mega dating. And guess what happens when you do date other women? It shifts your energy. So now that all of that one-nightish energy that was focused on her pulls back. But it does it naturally. It's not you playing games. You're naturally refocusing your energy on other women so that you can find the one who's available and interested in you. That is going to be felt by that woman. She'll feel it when you pull away. And she'll feel it, even the energy that you have when you are busy because you're dating other women. And that, even if you don't tell her what you're doing, which you probably shouldn't, that will stimulate competition in her. It will start to shift her energy, and she may change the way she perceives you. And worst case scenario, you find an even better babe among the women that you're mega dating to lock it down with. Dress better. Take this as an opportunity to improve your wardrobe. If you are not really super trendy and you're not really looking good all the time, and that has something to do with why she didn't want to be in a relationship with you, maybe you don't even know that, but it tends to be related. Then get a new wardrobe. Get clothes that fit your body. Feel sexy in everything that you wear. Don't put something on that does not make you feel sexy. That's going to also shift your energy so that you show up sexier because you feel sexy because you're wearing sexy clothes. That will help her to see you in a different light as well. Similarly, if you need a new haircut that's fresh and hip and sexy, make that happen. Don't go to Supercuts, go to the nice barbershop because you're effing worth it, man. So make yourself sexy, make yourself feel sexy, change your clothes, get fresh underwear. My God, don't wear old underwear. I've been hearing people do that. Don't do that. That's not good. Even if nobody sees your underwears, you know you got some good underwears on, and that's going to make you feel good, and that's going to shift your energy, and she'll feel that too. So we've talked a little bit about why a woman might have rejected you but still acts interested, and what you can do about it to shift your energy and possibly shift her energy to see you in a different light. We're going to keep going with this, but if this video is helping you, make sure to like it, subscribe to my channel, and leave a comment in the comments below. Focus on self-development and self-improvement. Do you know why she rejected you? If you didn't ask for feedback, make sure to ask for feedback. Women love it when a man has the balls to face that painful feedback, which, by the way, feedback is a gift. Comedians know this, salespeople know this, companies know this, but feedback is a gift, even if it's really uncomfortable to hear. You want to ask her for feedback, and then you want to implement it. And even if she won't give you any feedback, that's because women don't want to hurt guys' feelings. You can still improve yourself. You take that rejection energy, you harness it to become your very best self. So any area of your life you feel unsatisfied in, use the rejection energy to start to change it. If you're not happy in your job, get a new one. There are millions of jobs out there. You do not need to stay stuck. And if you do, you need to examine that belief process and probably get a career coach or a dating coach. Change your job if you're not happy with your job. Change the amount of money you make if you're not happy with that. You can get different positions. Change the way you look if you're not happy with it. If you need to lose weight, lose the damn weight. If you don't like your haircut, get a better hairdresser or barber. If you don't like something about yourself, now is the time to fix it. Don't just assume that nothing can be done about your situation. If you have premature hair loss, there are solutions. If you have bad skin, there are solutions. So use this time and this frustration and this extra rejection energy that you have received to really transform yourself in your life and become the best version of you that you can. Talk it out with her. Communication is key, and sometimes we don't communicate honestly. If you are not cool just being her friend because you have stronger feelings, let her know and set that boundary. You don't want to just go along with whatever she wants and just say, oh, that's cool, when really it's not cool. Because guess what? Then you have no boundaries and you stand for nothing. And that's not sexy. Women don't want a yes man. We don't want a guy who's just like, okay, whatever you say. We want the guy who's like, no, that's not okay with me. And here's why. This is what I want. Oof, that's sexy. That's what we want. So you want to get better at communicating your wants and needs, and pay attention to when you do that even outside of dating. Are you communicating your wants and needs to your boss, to your family, to your friends? Or are you just going along with what everybody else wants you to do? Try not to take it personally. I know it's really hard, but sometimes it's just not the right fit. And it doesn't mean there's anything wrong with you. It doesn't mean that you're never going to find the right person. It doesn't mean that you said something or did something that changed her mind about you. It means that it was not meant to work, probably. And so you can take the information that you have and you can make yourself better, but don't beat yourself up about it. A lot of times we go into this all or nothing thinking where we're like, I am never going to find the woman that I want. I am not worth like having the right woman in my life. I'm not good enough. Don't do all that, man. It is just that girl wasn't for you, or that dynamic didn't work, or that relationship didn't work that day, that time. Maybe it'll work in the future. Give yourself a break. Don't beat yourself up. Use the energy to channel into like healthy places by improving your life and mega dating and meeting other women who might be a better fit for you. I hope this video helped with figuring out why a woman might reject you but still act interested. If you need more help with dating, my team and I are here to help. Book a new client session with me or a member of my team over at emlovz.com/book. Would love to chat about your dating goals, the obstacles holding you back, and create an action plan that you can start having success right away. That wraps up this video. If this has been helpful, please like it, subscribe to my channel, and follow us on social media. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and I'll catch you next time.